Hello and welcome to Apex Networks. This online tutorial module will cover the web portal. This module is part of the Apex Networks online training system for Apex PTS. We recommend you play this training video on a separate device to the one you are setting your system up on. This will allow you to pause or rewind and keep pace with your progress without having to switch screens. Web Portal is a highly useful function that is an integral function of your PTS system, and there is no additional cost for using it. The web booking portal allows your customers, discharge lounges, social workers, etc. to send you transport jobs directly onto your PTS system. The web booking portal, depending on the permission level that you grant for each of your sales accounts, allows your customers to see the progression of each of their own jobs in real time, along with several other functions. Please note that they cannot see any of your other jobs, only transport jobs associated with their individual sales account. Your customers will access your PTS web booking portal via a web browser on their PC or laptop. It's recommended that they use Google Chrome to get full functionality. The PTS web booking portal is customizable with your own company logo and supporting text. To set this function up for one of your customers, go to the menu button at the top left of your screen and then go to Settings. Here you will see a button marked Web Portal Users. Click here to open and click on the New User button at the bottom. This will give you a new customer template to complete. On the first tab, User Details, you will see Login. This is the login for this customer. They can only have one login for each sales account, so ideally this needs to be the primary user. Next, you will need to enter a password for them to verify their access and repeat this to confirm. Next is a tick box marked Change on Next Login. If this is ticked, the user will be required to set their own password on their first login. Next is the name, contact phone number and email, along with a status drop-down which allows you to delete and deactivate a web portal user. At the bottom right corner of this tab are two buttons. The first will send the customer a link to log on to the web portal. This button will send a link to the email address that you have applied to this account. The second button is to save your entry. The next tab is marked Parameters, and there are four sections here: Shared Parameters, Linked Accounts, Patient Transport Parameters, and Responder Parameters. Adding specific sales account to the linked account will result in the user only seeing jobs linked to that sales account. Multiple sales can be added here. Patient Transport Parameters has four options. Show Vehicle Location will show the location of the crew. Please note that portal users will not be able to see the location of the crew once a job is completed. Show Handover Documents allows the portal user to download the handover documents for jobs if they are present. The last option in this section is Maximum Bookings per Day. Users will find this feature useful if they have a contract with a trust. Next to Patient Transport is Responder Parameters. This section is used for allowing portal users to create non-PTS jobs where the crew visit a patient with no need to move them to another location. Shared Parameters will set out the parameters of the portal user. Most of these options are self-explanatory. In this section, the Dispatching Messaging feature will allow portal users to message or dispatch jobs directly to crew without the need for the control room to manage work. This feature is used mostly for contract work, where a trust has a contract for one ambulance and two crew as an example. As a default, this section is defaulted to Disable. On from this is Linked Accounts. This is where you will give your customer access to the sales account or accounts that you want them to have access to. Only the jobs that are being done under these sales accounts will be visible to your web portal user. Once again, they will not be able to see any of your other jobs. The next tab is Audit, and this will show the history of this web portal user setup, from its creation, along with any changes that have been made to it. There is also a Login History tab, which will show the time and date of any logins by this user, along with the IP address that they logged in on. When you have completed setting up for your new portal user, click on the link button at the bottom left of each of your web portal user accounts, Send Web Portal Link. This will send your customer a link to log on to their web portal. Once the customer has their link, they can open their web browser and log in with their username and password. They will be invited to change their password if this option was selected when you created their user profile. Apex recommends using Chrome for optimum performance when using any of our products in a web browser. Once the portal is opened, the customer will see their job screen. In the top right of the screen, there is an envelope icon. This function will allow your customers to send you messages direct to your control room. The Make PTS Booking button will open in a new job template. All areas coloured pink are required fields. The booking will not be able to be completed unless all pink fields are input. The screen is set out in 4 sections: job details, patient details, transportation type, and finally journey details. Once all fields have been completed, click Save. A pop-up will then display Booking successfully made. Click OK and the job will now appear on your live job screen. If a booking has been made for the patient in the past, input NHS hash and double-tap the Tab key on your keyboard to bring up the patient's details. This process will link the current job to all previous jobs. When the Save button is clicked, the job will be sent to the PTS system and appears as a new booking. Once the job has been sent, it will appear in the job list and the job updates in real time, applying the same colours as the job progresses as on your main system. At the bottom of the screen there is a handy colour-coordinated statistics section. This section will let your customer see how many jobs they have sent, if any have been refused, and so on. If a job needs to be cancelled for any reason, double-click on the job, click Cancel, and then supply the cancellation reason and any supporting text. This will inform the control room that the job is no longer required. Dispatching jobs to vehicles. If you have been given permission by your PTS contractor, you will be able to dispatch work to selected vehicles. To do so, open an already created job and go to the Dispatch section of the job. Use the drop-down to select the required vehicle and then click Dispatch.